We were sold on ICF and we talked to a number of different companies, and it was just the ease of the use of using the build block. So the contractor had been familiar with build block. We just said that we wanted to use ICF. And so then they came through and said, this is what we traditionally use. This is what we like to use. We're very familiar with it. And then showed me the ease. They brought in some samples and we decided that this was the best product for our building and for what we were trying to attain all the way through. This room is the major reason that we wanted to use ICF, in particular build block. The barrels are very sensitive to temperature change as well as humidity, and not just the wine in them, but also the actual physical shape of the barrel. So if we start to lose some humidity, the barrels will start to shrink a little bit, and then we actually start to lose wine, and that can affect the quality of the wine. So if the wine that's in these barrels will be in here almost 18 months. So we want to make sure that we keep them at the same temperature and same humidity that what we started with. If there's a lot of fluctuation, that's going to change the complexity of the wine. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of money that's tied up in each one of these barrels. We have about 60 barrels in here right now. So what we did on that west-facing wall is all ICF, build block. And we did that for the particular reason is as the sun goes to set, it really gets pounded. It gets pounded with the temperatures, not only in the summertime, but as well as the wintertime, with the winds coming in pretty hard. And in here, you'll go to a lot of places and they do get fluctuations and changes in their own basements because the concrete, because it's such a conductive source that there's a lot of free flow of temperatures. Whereas with the ICF and the way we have it set up over here, that we get more of a constant temperature. We're sitting in this room right now, we don't have AC on, we don't have, other than the humidity control, and of course in the wintertime we don't use heat. But we're in here at about 60 degrees, 65 degrees, and it remains that constant temperature. So it really replicates a lot of a constant wine storage facility in a bigger environment, rather than just being in a small, when you think of a storage facility or just a wine bottle, you think of maybe just storing a few bottles. Here we're actually in this huge, 2,000 square foot area just for the barrels, let alone the 10,000 square feet we have below in the whole building. In northern Michigan, when you're building stuff, you do play with the elements, but when we started to do this, winter came very quickly and very cold. So as you can imagine, they were putting up this ICF and it was, some days were 0 degrees as they're trying to tie the steel inside the ICF, which did make that pretty challenging in that aspect, but it was a lot easier than doing, putting up forms that you would for normal concrete. So if you did a normal concrete wall, you have to put up the forms, brace those off, tie those off, and then you also have to do the same thing with tying the steel. Here we were fortunate enough that we got to eliminate a step, so it wasn't just made for ease of construction, going through the whole process, cut down on man hours, cut down on time the guys actually had to spend out in 0 degree weather.
For more information about BuildBlock ICFs, visit buildblock.com and visit our YouTube channel, youtube.com/buildblock.